Good day, viewers. Welcome to another interesting episode of Entrepreneurship Insights with Dr. Mike Egbayilo. In this edition, we are going to be looking at achieving greater results. And our case study or our template for this particular edition will be the principle postulated by an Italian polymath, Vilfredo Pareto. He postulated the Pareto principles, and that principle is so simple. It states that 80% of effects are actually as a result of 20% of the causes. It's otherwise called the Pareto principle, 80-20 principle, and it says for businesses that 80% of your profits usually will come from 20% of your efforts. In other words, 80% of the income that you make is usually from 20% of your customers. So for businesses, the onus is on you to identify who are those that form 20% of my clients that bring in 80% of my income. And it's real, it's practical. I can attest to that. That, for instance, you have 100 customers, you will notice that bulk of your inflow, they are just from 20% of the whole lot of 100. So the implication for businesses is that you must begin to see how to nurture that 20%, how to grow that 20%, and how to ensure that that 20% fragment of your entire customer base is well treated. Yes, you should treat all your customers well, but you must pay particular attention to that 20% that gives your business the life wire. So you can see the practicability of the Pareto principle. So 80% of your profit is usually from 20% of your clients. Also, in life, you will notice that 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts. So you must identify that 20% thing you're doing that is giving you 80% results and put in more efforts. So if you are able to put this principle in place, you will notice that you achieve greater results with lesser efforts. So Pareto principle is such that you can adopt in your work life, in your business place, and you'll be amazed by the level of impact that you're going to make, by the level of profit that you're going to make in your business. So the question now is, who are those 20% customers that bring in 80% income for you? Who are those 20% clients that if you service them well, you have greater results? So that's where I'm going to draw the curtain for today's edition. So identify that 20% effort that you will make that will give you 80% results. Identify 20% of your clients that will give you 80% inflow. Thank you very much, and apply the Pareto principle for greater results. Thank you.